sitting at my, got an 08 model Kenworth sitting at my house. It's got a 8341A Brownie transmission in it, and kind of debated on with the owner what we wanted to do, is just pull the damn that Brownie out of there and just put a drive line in there and just use a 13 speed in there. But I don't know, it's got like a small cam 350 or something in it, and I don't know if it'd have enough power. I don't know, it's hard to say. So we decided that if we could find another one Brownie transmission there, it might be the easiest way to go. So I did find another one. I hope this isn't a wasted trip. I do remember seeing it when I was down there working on that Case 1088 long track excavator in that junk pile, and it had that transmission in there. So we're going to go down there, and first thing we're going to do is pull the top off of it and see if it's in the same condition as the other one. Hopefully the teeth aren't rounded all rounded off on the gears. It might just be that might have been why the son of a gun was parked. You never know. And anyways, he told me I could have the starter or whatever else I seen on there out of it. But we'll go down there and see what we get into. Hopefully it's a good transmission. We can get this thing going. Anyways, we got around all them guys there, but yeah, a lot of guys on the comment section on the last video, and I'm not bitching about it, but here's my standpoint on the portable hose press. I have a hose press at my shop. I've got a Gate 707 press there, and I spent thousands and thousands. I probably spent $15,000 to $20,000 setting all that stuff up, buying all those fittings, buying the press, the hose, and I started making hoses for the general public. And at first it went pretty well, but then the problem is it slowed way down with the hose thing, and then I was sitting on thousands of dollars worth of inventory, and I wasn't selling any of it, and it would kind of come and go, people would come in, all of a sudden I'd have people come in for, geez, I couldn't make enough hoses. But the problem I had with the whole hose thing is that if you could sell enough of them at a 30-40% markup, you could, but you'd have to make them consistently. I mean, you'd have to have somebody there, almost full-time employee, to make hoses. And for me, it was really sporadic, and I would have to quit doing a $140, $150 an hour job and go spend half the time. They would bring in some goofy stuff like British Pipe Parallel or something I didn't have the fittings for, and I'd be calling around trying to get the fittings, the Gates fittings, and order them. I mean, I'd spent an hour on the phone trying to find the parts, and then next thing I know, I made $10 making a hose, and I lost $150 because I wasn't working on the other project. So basically, that's one aspect of the whole hose press thing. I quit making them for the public, and I just use them for myself when I'm doing a job. And for a portable hose press, it's even worse for on my end, because right now this truck, one thing is I'm right at my weight limit at 26,000. I can't get any more tools and equipment in this truck. So at the bare minimum, I'd have to go buy another service truck with probably a 14-foot box to where I could get some of that stuff in there, and a higher weight limit, and then I'd have to pay more weight fees, through the state, through the feds. Everything goes up, the bigger the weight goes, the more rules apply. So then I'd have to go buy another service truck at a bare minimum. Let's just be conservative and say $100,000 to buy an old used service truck to upgrade, which that probably wouldn't even do it. And then I'd have to go buy another, I don't know, $10,000 to $15,000 worth of equipment to put in it to make the hose press, to maybe make, let's be conservative about, let's even be generous about it, So say to make $1,000 a year on profit on making hoses, go spend $120,000 to make $1,000. You know, it just doesn't make any sense for me to do that. It's not worth the hassle. So I'm not throwing a rant or bitching about it, but you just got to think about, yeah, it might be pretty convenient when you're there to make the hose, but it's really not convenient on your pocketbook. It might be convenient for the customer, but it's not really convenient for you when you're shelling out all the money for all those materials and supplies, and then you get to set on them. You know, and the thing with hydraulic hoses, you know, 20 years ago, pretty much all you had was flat O-ring face and JIC and some O-ring boss. Now you've got British pipe parallel. You've got what else? DIN fittings. You know, those Deutz fittings. You've got there's so many different fittings for everything. Cabelco makes some of their own fittings. I mean, every time you go somewhere, you know, you never have what you need. So you'd have all this shit on your truck, and I guarantee you about half the time you wouldn't have what you needed anyway. So to me, it's just not worth the hassle of getting a portable press on the truck. It's just, you know what, we'll go get a hose made somewhere. Hopefully they got the fittings, and half the time they don't have the fittings either. So that's kind of where I'm at on the whole hose press situation. What do you think, girlie? We're at the junkyard, which he's cleaned a lot of this up. Okay, here's this old K100 here. We got to figure out, he wants me to get this tire. They did, I mean, they're stealing all this. They stole the radiator out of this. The tweakers did. What is this thing? Oh, 290, what is that? It's got a compression release on it right there. She's an oldie. Okay, K100. What is that engine in there? They painted over the data plate. Kind of looks like a 290 is what it looks like, or a 220. Golly, that's got a good PT fuel pump on the back. God, I wonder if I ought to take that off of there. There's some good parts there, you know what? What else is on here that's anything that's any good on this old girl? Turbo, somebody already tried stealing that turbo off of there, and they broke the bolts off on it, see it? They tried to take that turbo. This is what we are after right here, and I don't know, forget the same song and dance here or not. Josie, where'd she go? I gotta find my pup. What is this one here? It's a 3801 8045A. The other one I got's an 8341A. I don't think this is gonna work, is it? Or, oh, you dumbass, you're looking at the wrong thing. You dumbass, you need to be back here. This is where the Brownie is. Let me find my pooch. Okay, there she is. I just, every couple seconds, I need to make sure she's around. Okay, I don't know what the hell. I'm looking at the wrong damn thing there, genius. Deck plates need to come out. What is this one here? I'm trying to see the tag number. I can't really read it though. Looks like the same song and dance to me. Let's climb under here and see if we can read this in any way, shape, or form. The number's gone off the tag, but it's the same damn thing. I think it'll work just fine. I can't read that anymore. I really don't see why it wouldn't work. Fuel crossover line, I'm sure the tanks are empty. I'm sure they've siphoned all the fuel out of them, but let's get the deck plates off and get the top off this thing, see if it's any good anyway. Might have been a waste of time. Let's get the linkage undone. Damn it. This one's got bolts, the other one just had pins in it, but this one's got some special bolts in it, and they got some old grease on there that about as hard as the bolt is. Sure appears to be fine threaded as well. Josie, what you doing? Josie! What are you doing, girlie? You just carousing, are you? Just cruising around, checking stuff out, being a puppy. New places. Yeah, I don't want to pull this thing, go through all the trouble pulling this out if it's junk. The other pin was like lubed real good, and this one doesn't appear to be that way. It's dry. What are you doing? Oh, that's not too bad. It's amazing it's coming apart as easy as it is, actually. What are you doing there, crazy girl? Let's pull the top off this thing. What are these? Oh, they're 5/8. Ah. What are you doing? Well, she's a talker now. She's too damn smart for her own good. She's what everybody would, your envision a puppy you would be. Huh. 20 pounds of trouble in a 5-pound sack, huh? That's 3/4. Okay, are you going to be a willing participant here and come off reasonably well, or are you going to fight me? I got a feeling it's going to be stuck on there pretty good. What do you got, girly? here. Hmm? What are you whining about? What are you sniveling about, huh? Got that side broke loose. Okay. Okay. What are we looking like? What are we looking like? We're looking way better than that other one. We got a good transmission here. Yep. None of these are rounded off. These look really, this one's got a little wear on it, but in comparison to that other one, way better, I think. I think it's way better than that other one is. Way better. That other one is really noticeable when you're looking at it. It's just, these things are completely rounded off on that other one. This one's got some wear on it, that's for certain. But it ought to run for a while. It's way better than that other one is. I'm gonna keep it and we're gonna put it in another truck. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, let's put the top back on it. And just to, I'm gonna look at my light, I'm trying to keep the dirt out of the transmission too. Let's get a light and look down in there a little closer, the light. Can't see shit in there. What do you got there? What is that? What is that? A piece of fur off something dead? Some dead critter? Wonderful. What are those clutching? What wears on these is on the clutch collars. The clutch collars get worn, and then the engaging teeth of the gear get worn on them, and then they pop out of gear going down the road and stuff like that. But it looks a lot better than that other one does. It's a 4-speed. I can't tell. Let's see. It's in neutral right now. So, and you know, when you change these, you got to change the gears because it's those teeth are part of the gear. So you got to change all these gears, and it's expensive, really expensive. So we'll take it out and take it home with us. It's a lot better than the other one is. Way better. We're at home. We got the whole crew out here today. We got Oscar and Daisy and Duke, and Josie's running around like a maniac here somewhere. Allie, 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 what are you doing under there? There's another dog we got. You guys just hang out over here in the yard while I'm messing with this old junker. This one's a little bit different, not entirely the same. Let's see here. Do I need to pull this deck plate? I could probably leave this one on. This is a little bit different, this front mount. The back's the same, the tack's in a little bit different location. Other than that, I think it's... trying to see how does that come off of there. Is that just... you have to pull this yoke, and it's got like a U-bolt right here. Wonder if you undo that U-bolt and then you have to pull this yoke off the end and get this off of there. I guess we're gonna see here in a little bit, huh? Well, I guess we'll proceed, and I'll get this crap off the top here where we can get in there to it. Alright, so I'm gonna have to pull, looks like to me, pull this yoke off this end. You have to pull this flange off to expose the nut, pull the yoke off, and then pull this U-bolt off, put this bracket on this one here. It's kind of the way I see it. This doesn't split in half. That's a pretty unique design. Or does it split in half? Well, this one splits in half. I am wrong. Oh, well, that's a lifesaver. That does split in half. You can see it right there. You can see the halves right there. Okay, I'm wrong. That splits in half. I'm not the Brownie expert, I'll tell you that. So that's an easy fix. Then we can leave shit alone. I think it's the same U-joint. I'll clean that one up. Tacks are on opposite sides, which I don't think that's an issue either, because I think that cable is plenty long enough to stretch around to the other side. Yeah, it's plenty long enough to go clear back around and loop around, and yep, no problems there either. Damn, I think this ain't gonna be too bad to do. I want to pop the cover back off and just put a little bit of silicone around there, just to make sure it's sealed up after I broke that free. Let's get a tape here, measure your yokes. So I'm pretty certain, it looks like to me, the output yokes are going to be the same. Let's go. Looks like 6 inches. Looks like 6 inches. I think it's going to be pretty damn easy. This old stuff was made to work on. What are you doing, you wild woman? She's a wild woman. Some little monkey keeps taking off with my damn straps as I'm trying to work. It takes off across the yard with my strap. We're definitely backyard wrenching now. I don't know if they make shit like this new stuff. It's just simple and interchangeable, and Oscar, stop. Ding dong. Okay, well, it's obviously gonna go like that. Bam. That'll go like that, Josie girl. Should I put this face on the rest of it, I believe? Doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. Non-cooperating motherfucker. Damn, I can't get the damn socket on there now. So, get the light here. This one has, I mean, you can see where the tooth, the engaging tooth here, it's curled because it's worn the whole tooth. This one is not like that. Yeah, of course the nose is kind of rounded a little bit, but this one's in way better condition, way less wear on it. I mean, they're both used units, but this one's way better condition than that one is. So it's a gamble. I mean, when you're taking a used pile of shit and changing out a used pile of shit, it's a gamble, but he's willing to take the chance, so is what it is. We're gonna stick it in there and drive it and see if it pops out. What it was doing, it was popping out of gear, and usually an indication of popping out of gear is the detents. If you don't know what a detent is, it's a ball and spring in the case here. See the notches in the shafts right there. There's a ball and a spring that goes in those notches that helps hold it in gear as well. That's a detent notch. So either the detents go bad in them or this happens. When they get rolled rounded off like that and the tooth gets worn out, they won't stay in gear. So same on a manual transmission, a pickup or something, same damn thing. So I'm gonna put just a little sealant on this one. It's still got the gasket on it. Put the cover back on it and stick it back in there. Stick this one in there. I'm gonna clean the IDs out on these so the caps go in a little easier than they came out. Okay, Oscar, let's throw this thing in here, little buddy. Oscar doesn't really give much of a shit about anything, so you gotta watch him. He lays in probably sometimes not too good a spot, because you just don't really give a shit, do you? Nice to see the sunshine for a change.
had our fair share of crappy weather. Hell, it was nicer in June than it was, or nicer in January than it was in April and part of May. Gotta kind of manhandle that a little bit. I think I got some smudge on the damn screen here. Find some kind of apparatus to wipe that filthy pig off. That is not very good. That's not very good, is it, crazy girl? We're gonna have to scoot it by hand a little ways to get a hold of it again. I can get a hold of her now, pick her straight up, bolt her back in there. That's not a stick. This is an old Kenworth with a aluminum frame round, man. We fixed a bunch of those in a day. Shit, that was in the late 90s when I fixed a bunch of those. Still running around. Okay, straps. Josie, you're getting a bath tonight, girl. You're filthy. You're a filthy girl. Look like you've been hanging around me. You better, right there, you better play with Josie. Josie needs somebody to play with. You got a rough life. She's a kick in the ass, isn't she? I'd just rather just lay down and play with Josie all day. Piss on this shit. She is something else, man. I think I want to go around there, baby. That's not picking it up very good, like I anticipated. I don't like that. Psycho puppy. That's better. Get in there now, you son of a bitch. Like a glove. Like a glove. Well, this old son of a bitch, I don't know if it's been sitting in the yard so long the tires got kind of out around. I don't know. Golly, man. It's getting a little smoother, but before, when you would mash on the throttle and then you would let off, it'd pop out of gear. Oh, she's that shaking son of a bitch, man. Needs a load put on it. Barreling down the road though. Well, I'll be busy. I gotta turn off here and get some fuel. I'm gonna pull down here by where the truck's parked here at the mill, and we're gonna get out and look. You know, all that stuff. Who knows how long that old K100 was setting, and you know, we might have leaks all over that damn thing. But so far, so good. She don't pop out of gear now. Pretty nice old truck, really. DTC Chambers truck. Those guys pull 105,000. They used to have company trucks, and I remember we used to work on them, and they were pulling 105,000 like that with a Freightliner with an M11 in it. What a gutless piece of shit, man. Forgot to latch the damn hood. That wasn't very smart. far that looks good. Not pouring out of here anywhere. I checked it, it's got oil in it. Sweet. I think the throwout bearing needs to be greased on it. Okay, this truck probably actually has some metal in it, maybe. Yeah, I think the dash is all aluminum. Well, I'll just kind of, where can I put this thing at? Oh, I got an idea. All right, there we go. I shifted through all 4 speeds on the Brownie. We're just in high now, and high is where we had the problem. Oh, these old trucks. I'm sorry, man. These old trucks shift so much better. I get in one of those new trucks. I don't know if maybe they're just so tight. I can't ever find the right RPM to shift that. I can just shift these old ones. They just go right in. Maybe they're just all worn out and sloppy. I don't know. I was trying to look for a Jake brake on this thing. I thought it had Jakes. That center post of the windshield's in the way, but that's kind of where we're at here. Spot. I missed one there. the jakes are on it. Gotta have jakes on it somewhere. Here we are. High, low. That's just mirror heat. The jakes. I got them on now. It would really kick out of gear with the jakes on.